Welcome, Paws and Whiskers family. But today, it's not just another video. It's something special. We're opening the door to secrets, questions, and truths, some delightful, others surprising, and a few you may not be ready for. This is Ask Me Anything, where your curiosities meet the unfiltered world of cats. Every single day, cats wait to be loved, to be adopted, to finally go home. And trust me, they're not just pets. Their personalities, their stories, they're tiny, furry hurricanes of joy and mischief, and they're ready, if you are. Before we dive in, let me say this. Thank you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, supporting, even those simple thumbs up. They go a long way. Wait, do you know how to give a thumbs up? Of course you do. But do you know how to subscribe? Yeah, love the channel. Great, but come on. Hit that subscribe button, or else I'll go full Cartman on you. I'm taking my ball and going home. You guys suck. Kidding. Kind of. All right, subscribe now, and let's dive into the real talk. Q. Are cat stereotypes actually true? A deceptively simple question, but let's unravel it. Do I believe all orange cats share one brain cell? Number. Do I believe they're wild little whirlwinds like Dennis the Menace? Absolutely. Here's the twist. It's not about dumbness. It's about personality. Orange cats might be chaotic, but they're not clueless. They're vibrant. They're playful little anarchists. And honestly, that's kind of awesome. Now let's talk about tortitude. You've heard the term. What is it really? Some say it's attitude, some say it's drama, I say it's emotional depth. Tortoise shells aren't mean, they're just sensitive. They feel deeply, respond intensely, and yes, they make you work a little harder to earn their trust. But would we want it any other way? Still, I try to avoid labels. Stereotype feels limiting. Maybe it's better to say common traits instead. That feels less like a cage. Q. What's your favorite age for a cat? This question? It's harder than it looks, because every age brings a different kind of magic. From birth to 3 months, that's innocence, pure, tiny, squeaky vulnerability. It melts you. But 6 to 18 months? That's chaos. That's zoomies. That's, what did you just knock off the shelf? They drive you wild, but deep down you know, you'll miss it when it's gone. And then, there's old age. Quiet, slower. But it hits different. It becomes less about energy, more about soul. The connection? It's powerful in its silence. All right. If I had to pick one moment in time, right now, right here, these cats, around 5 to 6 months old, they're teenage rebels, full of potential, learning the world. This is the sweet spot. Q. What's one thing people misunderstand about cats? Now this question goes deep. Because if there's one myth I wish I could burn to the ground, it's this. Cats are not dogs. Let that sink in. If a cat sits near you, plays with you, looks at you like you matter, that's not training. That's evolution in motion. That's thousands of years of near-feral independence saying, okay, I choose you. That choice? It's sacred. Here's a mind-bender for you. Did you know that cat litter, the invention that made house cats truly pets, was only created in 1947? Do the math. How long has it really been since cats were invited into our homes as family? 77 years. That's it. We're witnessing history in real time. The domestication of an enigma. From barns to our homes. A radical invitation. Imagine this. A time when we told them, okay, no more barn life, no more endless mouse chasing on your own. We opened our doors, our hearts, and said, welcome home. Yet in the blink of an evolutionary moment, we find ourselves frustrated when they don't act like our loyal canine companions. We demand, where are you going? I love you so much. But here's the twist. These animals chose us. They weren't forced into this relationship. They made a choice, and for that, they deserve a standing ovation. The canine comparison, a mind-bending time scale. Now, a side note that might just blow your mind. Do you know how long dogs have been domesticated? I'm not one to quote sources, but there's evidence stretching back 100,000 years. That's right, dogs have been by our side since the dawn of time. Contrast this with our feline friends. While dogs were our partners in the hunt during our nomadic hunter-gatherer days, it wasn't until about 12,000 years ago, when humans began storing food, that cats truly found their calling. Food storage, rodents, and the birth of a bond. When we started hoarding our hard-earned food, a new challenge emerged, a surge of rodents. These pesky invaders not only feasted on our grain but also spread disease. Then enter the Nia. Eastern wildcat, not as a domesticated pet, but as a vigilant guardian. With a silent promise, they declared, "Relax, humans. We've got this." And just like that, amidst the chaos of grain and rodents, the mutually beneficial human-cat relationship was born. It's a bond forged in survival, curiosity, and a touch of rebellious independence. Q. If cats weren't in the picture, what would I be doing? Here's a question that cuts deep. If I weren't working with cats, what path would I have taken? The truth is raw. Cats didn't just shape my career, they quite literally saved my life. But even without that twist of fate, music would still be my escape, the one thing I ever truly knew how to do. And my commitment to animal welfare? It would have found another outlet, another calling in the world of sheltering and care. It wasn't the cats that made me question my destiny. It was a moment at the animal shelter that whispered, "There's more to life. Do you dare follow it?" And then, as if on cue, the cats arrived, completing the puzzle of my purpose. Q. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about cats? Brace yourself for this. We're watching evolution split right before our eyes. On one side, you've got the raw cat, primal, wild, untouched. These cats roam our cities, surviving, hunting, thriving on their own terms. And then, there's the new kind of cat. Some call them dog cats. More affectionate, more expressive, more human. It's as if the family tree of Felis has grown a brand new branch, and the two ends barely recognize each other. This split? It's real. It's wild. And trying to speak up for both, the alley cat and the armrest snuggler. That's the challenge I've taken on. Q. How do you keep your home cat-friendly without it turning into a jungle? Ah, the eternal struggle. How do you make your space feel like yours, without making it feel like it's only theirs? That's why I created a word, catification. It's not just about cat trees and scratching posts, it's about designing a shared space, a home that feels like you live in it, but where they thrive too. Take a look around this cat cafe. You'll see elegant furniture, not just for cats, but for people. Stylish, vertical perches blending into the background, places to sit, to lounge, to play. It's seamless, it's peaceful, it works. Now me? I went all in. I've got a 1,300 square foot house and an 800 square foot catio. Yeah, my cats basically own the deed. And you know what? I'm fine with that. If you want to dive deeper into catification and turn your home into a stylish feline haven, grab my books with Kate Benjamin, Catification and Catify to Satisfy. Trust me, this isn't about becoming the crazy cat person. It's about creating a well-appointed jungle where everyone belongs. Q. What's the number one thing a cat guardian can do to improve their cat's life? You want a real answer? Here it is. Rituals, structure, routine, predictability. Start feeding meals, not free feeding. Stop the all-day snack buffet. You'll see it change everything. Why? Because rituals aren't just for humans. They create rhythm. They build trust. They form a bond that says, "I see you. I show up for you." Every day. Imagine if you grazed all day. Would you feel focused, connected, productive? Neither do your cats. Honor the power of ritual and watch your relationship transform. Q. How does your knowledge of dogs stack up against your cat expertise? Okay, confession time. Yes, I know dogs. But training them? That's another story. Honestly, they've got me wrapped around their little furry paws. And here's the truth that might surprise you. When I'm out with my dogs, I'm nervous. Not because of them, but because of the unpredictable dynamics of other dogs. On leash, off leash, friendly, reactive. I don't know you. I don't know your dog. So if you see me crossing the street with mine, don't take it personally. It's just my nerves. Socializing dogs can be unpredictable. But with cats, I feel grounded. Maybe because their chaos makes more sense to me. Q. How many cats is too many? Now here's a tricky one. And it's not what you think. I've seen homes with a dozen cats living in absolute harmony. And I've seen 2-cat homes fall apart the second a third entered the picture. There's no magic number. The secret? Listen to your cats, read the room, and never, ever force it. Because sometimes, less is more. And other times, well, let's just say, you'll know when the vibe shifts. Chat-ti-ti, Q. What instruments do you play? All right, music fans, let's talk instruments. I play guitar, bass, and piano, and that's where I tap out. Sure, there are a dozen other things I could learn, but drums? Yeah, that's not happening. Now, if we're talking favorites, it's always been guitar. That's where my soul lives. I picked it up at 9 years old, and it's been my heartbeat ever since. Piano came later, in high school. I fell hard for it for a while. But these days, I definitely need a refresher. A final thought and a challenge. Before we wrap this up, here's something real. If you've got a question for me, drop it in the comments. We'll keep making videos like this as long as you're curious. But right now, there's something more important to talk about. Adoption. We desperately need adopters across the country. And if we didn't, places like Crumbs and Whiskers wouldn't even need to exist. And yet, from just this one location, thousands of cats have found homes. And now, I'm passing the torch to you. Go adopt. And here's your challenge. Find a friend, one friend, who doesn't like cats. Then show them a kitten. Just one. Watch what happens. There's no defense against that level of cute. We're building a community here, a movement. And I can't grow it alone. So please, step up. Bring the love. Bring the mojo. And as always, light, love, and mojo. Meow.